class. Now we will learn about chapter 9, creating brand equity. Now for our meeting tomorrow, I don't want to discuss about this material again because all the material is already been clear in this video, and maybe we can directly to discuss about marketing, about our case, and also we will discuss about stock market, which is I already teach you about how to earn income in stock market, and we will discuss about that tomorrow. So maybe if you want to ask me anything, especially about how to determine that this is already a cheap stock or maybe premium stock, we will learn about that tomorrow in Zoom meeting. So don't forget to attend Zoom meeting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Now we will discuss about this material, creating brand equity. What is brand and how does branding work? What is brand equity? How is brand equity built, measured, and managed? What are the important decisions in developing a branding strategy? There are 4 steps we can make our brand become more famous than our competitor. Number 1, identify and establishing brand positioning, planning and implementing brand marketing, measuring and interpreting brand performance, and the last one, growing and sustaining brand value. According to this slide, there is a brand that almost everybody use that, Google, brand of the year. Because when you want to search something, I think Google is the best search engine compared to other competitor like a Bing or Yahoo. It's a little bit ironic that in the beginning Yahoo is the first search engine, but because they are too underestimate their competitor, now Google is take their position. So we must to understand that brand is important, but we must to understand about product development so we can make product develop each year, so we always update it and customer always recognize that we are still the best. Brand, a name, term, sign, symbol, or design, or a combination of them, intended to identify the goods or service of one seller or group of sellers and to differentiate them for those of competitor. That's the definition of brand. Now the attribute of a strong brand: excels at delivering desired benefit, stays relevant, just like I told you. This is the term and condition applied to make our brand still and always become number one, just like Toyota, for example, just like Google, for example, and other brand which is still always on the top of customers' mind. Number one, we must excel at delivering desired benefit. Stay relevant, it means always stay update. Because of that, don't copy like Nokia or Kodak, just they already gone, lost in their competition because they don't relevant. They always they didn't want to learn, they didn't want to update, and now I think their brand is almost gone, like forever. Price to meet perception of value. We must understand that whether no matter how great our brands are, if we don't give the right price, definitely people or customer didn't want to buy that brands either. So we must to understand that we must to make a product with a good value for money, with best price. So customer will always think that, okay, I will buy these things, I will buy these goods or use this service because of the value that give me better than competitor. Position properly. This is very important. We must understand that we must to not only just create a good product, but also we must to know who is our customer, how we position our brand. That's really important. That makes our product become famous and then beat competitor. Now I will give you some example about the brand that enter in car industry. Wuling from China. In the beginning, this brand is really interesting because they offering a good car with a cheap price. with so many feature, and they want to beat a giant brand, I think, in their market. For example, like Honda or Toyota. But we must to, but they forgot something that very important. They didn't position their brand, their position their product properly. Why? Okay, now I will give you some example about their product. For example, like Wuling Cortez. Wuling Cortez is a good car with cheap price compared to competitor, but there is something that missing in this car. Why? Because this car want to beat the legendary car Toyota Kijang Innova or Toyota Innova. And maybe they're offering a better feature with the cheap price compared to competitor, but they don't position properly. They don't have diesel engine, number one. And number two, they set the price with the lower price, but there is other car, in Japanese brand, which is maybe the class is more lower than Innova, but still has the same price with the Wuling Cortez. And I'll give some example like Mitsubishi Expander. And people that already buy Innova, because almost all the people buy Innova in diesel engine, just like me also. I buy Innova in diesel engine, just like my Fortuner also. I buy in diesel engine, not gasoline. Because when they already want to spend almost 400 million for car, they always have a demand that the car has a good engine, which is, of course, compared to Wuling Cortez, their engine is bad. The fuel consumption is not as good as Innova, and also the taste when you drive that car compared to Innova is like not in the same level. So Wuling Cortez must compete with Mitsubishi Expander, because the market for Wuling Cortez is still in Mitsubishi Expander, not for Kijang Innova. And they don't position properly their product. Still the fuel consumption is bad. The engine is not smooth. Comfortable, yes, okay, the comfortable is good, but compared to competitor, same. And maybe for Expander, maybe they pick Expander because in different level, but they don't pass because the market for Wuling Cortez is still same market with Expander, and Expander win brand, win fuel consumption, win taste of driving. Of course, people will still choose Expander. And the people that buy Innova, which is they already want to spend 400 million rupiah, they always demand a good and desired engine, not like Wuling Cortez. So the sales for Wuling Cortez is not as good as Japanese brand. Why? Because they don't position their brand properly. Communicate consistent brand message. We have to know that there's so many brands. I'm sorry. They don't communicate their brand with well. For example, like Hyundai or KIA, they don't use communication. They don't they don't help an exhibition. So it's very hard for people to know that there is a lot of strength in that car. But unfortunately, they lack of performance, especially about marketing. Use multiple marketing activities. It's very important because there are so many brands, like I said before, but Hyundai, they don't communicate consistent about their brand, about their strength compared to competitor, and also they don't use marketing activities to promote their product. Definitely, they don't create a strong brand in customers' mind, especially customer in Indonesia. And after that, understand consumer brand relationship supported by organization or maybe supported by like a YouTuber. Maybe if you want to create a strong brand, people recognize your product, you must to consider that you use like a YouTuber to promote your product. Monitor source of brand equity. And after that, we will learn about the role of brands. Identify the maker. Simplify product handling, organize accounting, offer legal protection. So the most important thing that you must understand about brand is not only just a name, term, or symbol, but brand can make you or can make your product become more precious than other. Sometimes there are so many person buy because of brand. Sometimes they didn't care a lot about the quality of the product as long as the brand is famous, especially about food. So you must to understand that to make our brand precious, you must to know how to make legal protection. We must to know that our brand is an asset. So if we use a treat a brand like an asset, we will offer legal protection to make our brand protected and not be stolen by others person or our employee, for example. So must understand about the role of the brand that offer legal protection. And in organized accounting, it means we must understand about the goodwill. Goodwill. What is goodwill? Goodwill is like when you want to take a franchise business. You must to pay more because they have brand which is already more famous. Then you create a new brand that people still has a question that this product is good or not. So sometimes there are so many business that I give you suggestion. It's maybe it's a little bit more expensive, but it's better if you want to spend more money to take a franchise business that already have a strong brand, that already have a strong support management, that to make your business sustain and then earn income. If it's because it is not that easy to create your own business and also to create your own brand. But the very important thing identify the maker is that also with our brand is must to easy to pronounce. Easy to pronounce is really important term and condition apply to make your brand more famous than before, or to make your brand famous compared to competitor. Because if your brand is very hard to pronounce, people didn't like that. People will forget about your brand. And so because it's very important to make your brand easy to pronounce. And also you must understand that brand sometimes can make brand or how to make a menu or some product, different languages sometimes can be different price too. Just like if you want to eat coffee in famous coffee shop, black coffee with English, it seems more expensive than if we go to, we call Indonesia warung, kopi hitam. Maybe it's same, the taste is same, but because of English, make black coffee is more precious, it's more expensive than kopi hitam. Because it's very important to make your product it sounds more sounding in English, especially if you live in Indonesia. We will make the product more expensive with English brand, with English sounds in our product. It seems like it have more quality than local product. Yes, it's very important. We must to understand that. That's also very important to make your product look expensive, look more have quality. And with English, it's sometimes it solve a problem, especially if you want to open a cafe or coffee shop. I think with the English brand, people will like it, and then you can enter a market that have good social income. Then they use a bahasa, and you enter people that lower income, and that's not interesting, and it will decrease your profit margin. And also the role of the brand, if we want to make our brand also famous, we must to create barriers to entry. And sometimes there are so many brands which is cannot defeat it because of competitive advantage that they have. For example, like PGIS, abbreviation of Perusahaan Gas Negara. They are the only supplier in our country that supply gas and oil, gas and oil. And there is no other competitor that as big as PGIS. That's and also if you want to open a same business just like PGIS, there are so many barriers to entry. There are luxury tax that we must to pay. That's why there are so many other competitors which is not as good as PGIS, and then their business is sideways and not going anywhere. Because that's make PGIS has competitive advantage because they have support from government, of course, and also they create barriers also to people to enter, so they can secure price premium. It means they can sell their product with a good price, and competitor can touch that because of their brand. Because of their brand, people will pay more extra as long as the brand is good. And PGIS is one of the company that have all of that quality, barriers to entry, have competitive advantage, and also they can secure a price premium. Okay, now we will continue to other part. Branding in the main product and service with the power of a brand. Brand equity, the differential effect that brand knowledge has on consumer response to the marketing of that brand. Brand equity is it seems like you make your brand like an asset. You protect your asset, you offer legal protection, and then you can sell your brand because there are, just like I said before, there are so many brand very famous. So when we want to buy or we want to become their partner or franchisee, we must to pay more extra because they have a brand that very famous and in customers mind, and they have also strong competitive advantage that makes their product is always in the top of mind of customer. Just like if you want to become franchisee for Pertamina, for example, Pertamina and maybe the competitor at the same level Pertamina only Shell, but I think Pertamina is better than Shell. Only just Shell. The other brand maybe we never hear it because there are barriers to entry and very hard for people that want to or company to compete with Shell or with Pertamina. The advantages of strong brand, larger margin. That's very important. If we have strong brand, we can increase profit margin, greater loyalty, less vulnerability to competitive marketing action, improve perception of product performance, and less vulnerability to crisis. Less vulnerability to crisis is very important because there are so many company that collapsed during this pandemic, during this coronavirus. But there are so many company that increase in corona because they have, just like before, because they have competitive advance, just like PGIS, for example, just like PGIS or maybe like BCA, because of their performance is very good, because of their brand is very good, they still earn a good income. Less vulnerability to crisis. And also you can become franchiser because of that brand. Because of the brand you can become franchiser, and then you can create multiple source of income using your franchisee. You can take royalty for every month, right? And maybe for franchisee we will learn more about that after midterm. But if you have strong brand, this is the benefit that you have. Larger margin, more inelastic consumer response, greater trade cooperation. You can also, if you have strong brand, and you can also make your supplier give you a very best price also. So there are so many advantages of strong brand. And how we create strong brands? If we make our brand easy to pronounce, if we make our brands have a competitive advance, barrier to entry, and also have value to customer, that will make your brand very strong. And and at least there are 6 advantages that we can have if we have strong brand. Benefit: brand promise, the marketer vision of what the brand must be and do for consumer. Now there are brand equity model. There are 4 tools to measure brand equity. But I think for all of that, we don't have to use all of that. You can look on your textbook about brand asset evaluator and Aker model. That's it. And the other things you don't have to learn because almost all marketer only use brand asset evaluator and Aker model. BAV key component: differentiation, degree to which a brand is different from others. Energy, sense of momentum, relevance, breadth of brand appeal, esteem, how well the brand is regarded and respected. Knowledge, how familiar and intimate consumers are with the brand. Just like in this diagram, you can look by yourself in this slide. I will give the slide to our leader of the class. Aker model: brand identity, core identity element, extended identity element, and brand essence. Aker model is learn about teach us about this thing: brand as a product, brand as organization, brand as a person, and brand as a symbol. Aker is related with the, if you want to make a brand like a person. It there are so many brand that only suitable for men or is only suitable for women. We must to understand which one that related with our product. If we know about all of that, we will create brand loyalty, brand awareness, brand association, property asset, and perceived equality. And the brand model, just like this, you can look. Presence, do I know about it? Relevance, does something for me? Performance, can it deliver? The advantages, better than others, and bonding, nothing better. If this is like a pyramid, if they already know your product, if you give them just like before about quality, and you give them value, and your performance is good, especially if because maybe you are the only one in that industry that will make your customer, whether they like it or not, must buy your product. How to make brand equity increasing with marketing activities? That's a very important to make our brand more famous than before. That's we call it investment also. Marketing activity is same like investment. Maybe you must to spend more in the beginning, but when your product already famous, when the brand is already recognizable, people recognize, they will buy automatically, and they will earn income. So because of it, you must to consider marketing activities just like investment, but in the beginning. You can look by yourself. That's brand element choice criteria: memorable, meaningful, easy to pronounce, likability, transferable, adaptable, and protectable. That's the brand that strong brand. Memorable, have a meaning, easy to pronounce, transferable, adaptable, and protectable. Designing holistic marketing activities, personalization, integration, and internalization. Internal branding, choose the right moment. Link internal and external marketing, bring the brand alive for employee. This is how we measure our brand equity with audit, with tracking, and also valuation. This is the top 10 most valuable brand, but of course it is already in the old era because it's still Nokia still exists in here. Unfortunately, this brand is already bankrupt. So number 1 is Apple. Interbrand steps in calculating brand equity, market segmentation, financial analysis, role of branding, brand strength, and brand value calculation. You can look by yourself about all of that. Branding naming, individual name, blanket family name, separate family name, and corporate name combined with individual product name. Brand roles in brand portfolio: flanker, Casco, low-end, entry-level, and high-end prestige. Flanker, factor brand, flagship. Casco, capitalizing on existing brand equity. Low-end, entry-level, traffic builder, adds prestige and credibility to the entire portfolio. Brand roles in brand portfolio, just like a Toyota, for example. They have low-end, entry-level with Calya and the others brand and the other product until Yaris, which is made by Daihatsu. But they also has a flanker, flagships like Innova and Fortuner, but also they have a high-end prestige like Toyota Alphard and Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. What?